Who are you and what are you doing here? That is a question that I have been asking myself for years. Who are we? Where do we come from? What's our purpose in life? These are huge questions that we often, at those moments of repose, sit there and think, gosh, what is the meaning of life? And it struck me several times, actually, and it comes and it goes because of the drudgery of life and the paying of bills and the going to work and all the other things, that the meaning of life is to be creative. And I think that's it. I think the reason that we're here is to create, to experience the joy of taking something out of nothing and producing something glorious, wonderful and beautiful. It's that alchemy, not sorcery, which is a sort of very negative connotation, but alchemy, where there's that transmutation of something base into something beautiful. And I think that's principally what we're here. I went down into a shop yesterday and saw a chap who I know and work with very well. I don't work with him, but we have a chat, and he sells glasses and jewelry and stuff. And I was chatting to him and he was showing me some rings that he was making. And he makes these incredible wax models or templates, if you like, out of wax. And they look like ready to go rings, except they were blue. And he says, yes, I make these, and so then I know what I'm going to do with the metalwork that I'm going to do in it when I inset stones and things. And I thought, that is incredible. And we were chatting about being creative. I told him how I've been following some pipe makers, people who make smoking pipes, and how much joy I got from watching these guys who were creating something which, you know, people just go up and down smoking, puffing like a chimney, and of course I do as well. But the pleasure of making it and the beautiful end product that they create and the variations that you have. And I said to him, I said, you know, one of the things that I would love to do is to make pots out of clay. And he totally got it. He said, yeah, the potter's wheel, creating things, the green lathe, where you take a sapling or something and you take that to branch over to one side, you tie it down and somehow, I forget how you do it now, but you create this lathe and you can make bowls and cups and spindles and all sorts of things, chairs, legs, and, you know, a bit like the old-fashioned stuff. It's that creative principle. Writing, I'm writing at the moment, doing a bit of writing, and I have written some kids' books in the past, and I've enjoyed that. I've enjoyed pulling things out of the hat in a street theatre situation and entertaining a crowd from nothing. On the streets, people are going about their humdrum lives, and then suddenly out comes the great Ricardo. Hey, welcome to me, the great Ricardo, juggling and unicycling and fire eating and causing, you know, a little bit of a stir and smiles, raising people's spirits. Being creative, doing something like that is an absolute joy. And to me, it is the purpose. It is the purpose of life, to be creative. I don't think that we are supposed to go off on this drudgery of work, the 9 to 5, the long commute, the sitting under artificial light in front of screens, trying to sell people insurance or all these sort of things, these nasty, long, laborious, sitting there, not moving, not expressing themselves, not being creative, flogging something for the dead entity corporations. I don't think that's what life is about. That's why I go bang on about the family-run businesses who are setting up something creative and giving personal service. They are wanting to engage with people in the old-fashioned way. That's why I was mentioning yesterday about how we should be promoting the positivity of life, promoting that we want good, wholesome families, family life, getting the family around the table, talking to the children as they sit there and eat fresh, good quality food. This is what life is about, creating conversation instead of letting the so-called professionals, the other dead entities out there doing all the entertainment, doing all the stuff for us. That's why growing your own food and being involved in farming is such a creative thing. Imagine the joy of taking a seed and broadcasting it onto the ground and then letting it grow and nurturing that crop until you get the fruits of it and you eat it. Isn't that absolutely amazing? It is the basic things in life that have meaning, not the ones that you're going after, the big flashy car and the big house with a big expensive swimming pool and trying to outdo the Joneses and all of that sort of thing, and the self-centered narcissistic world in which dog eat dog. Surely part of life is about being in a community of sharing and helping and bartering and trading in a very holistic way, that you are part of an ecosystem, if you like, of like-minded people. You create something, someone comes in and admires your skill. There's that wonderful pot, there's that amazing painting that you've done. I think that's the meaning of life. I think that's where we should be going, not these big dead entity corporations in which you are a number. And if you are a member of the you take the utility and you're just a number on the phone. Your call is important to us, but we'll keep you waiting for another hour and a half. Yeah, that's how important your call is. Thanks very much. Oh, well, we could have more staff, but we'll save money if we only have 3 people on the switchboard and let all the customers wait. Why do we put up with that? We should be turning our backs on these dead entity corporations, these dead entity councils, these dead entity judiciary systems, these dead entity governments who do not seem to be there for humanity. They're there for their own ends, their nefarious ends that other people are pulling the strings. We should be turning our backs. The farmers, as I recall this, are coming down to London and they are about to protest. They are there with the begging bowl saying, please, will you turn back the inheritance tax so that we don't have to lose half our farm when one of us dies? Please, can we not have to do what DEFRA says every thing? I mean, I respect the farmers, but I just believe they are such an important fraction, they're doing such an important work, they should just be turning their backs and saying, look, we are the food providers. You actually rely on us. We don't need to come cap in hand and beg and ask for permission. We're going to do what we think is right. We're going to bring more animals back onto the farm. We're going to grow amazing crops. We're going to feed the people directly. We don't need the contracts from the corporations, from the supermarkets telling us how to do it. We're farmers. We are upstanding members of the community and we are important. And what we do is creative. And we want to share that creativity. We're growing food, not commodities. We are growing something that people need. That's what they ought to be doing. And I just think they're a little bit muddle-headed that they think they need to take their caps off and bow and scrape to these so-called dead entity people who seem to have the authority. They don't, not if we turn our backs. After all, a dictator without any followers is a clown, and they're clowns in the parliament at this very moment. We don't need them. We are powerful, creative people, and the meaning of life is about being creative, being one with the universe and making things, that transmogrification, there's a word you can put in your dictionary, in which you are transmuting something base into something beautiful. And I believe we can all do that if we open our hearts and just say yes.